So once you start smashing it like this, it's gonna like hold this in, and it's gonna create more gap right here.
Okay.
So that helps a ton. And then another good trick is once you put the adz in, you start cranking it down. So you're cranking it, and it's just holding the door so big. And then, you know, you can of course get your wedges. I have this metal aluminum wedge. It fits right on your spike. You can like bungee cord it on there, whatever. And then, you know, that can go in too, and you can drive that in and it'll make the gap even bigger. You can see that gap's already bigger right there. And then you can get it right in there, do more pry force, like I said. And then another thing you can do is when you someone be my Halligan man real quick. It's okay. All right, so we're getting in there, we're setting. All right, if I want to capture the progress, you use the blade to capture progress. So then I'm going to put the blade in there, and then you're going to pull out, and you're going to readjust like up here, whatever. So stick it in there. All right, then I'm able to take it out and then smash it, and we didn't lose any progress. So this works really good, just like a wedge. It's called axis wedge. All right. So that'll get you in there big time. And then you can always use the fork to get in there too. You're gonna want to try to bury that real far into there, but a lot of times, if it's outward swinging, the adz is really good. If you have a single doorknob and you don't see any other locks on it, you can use like a tool like this, and it's designed to take doorknobs off. It's supposed to work on dead bolts. It just doesn't work as good. But you get like a little tool. You can. A lot of times, no one knows what they're doing, and you can work better by yourself if you're like an expert. So I'll put this on the doorknob, and then I'll beat it down, and you just pry it up. And then once you got it pried off, then you can use your K tool. You can use your key tool or your pliers. This will get into all those once the locks are going. So this is just like a little 90-degree piece. You'll put it in the lock. You can turn it that way, or you can stick this in there and turn the locking mechanism. Or if that doesn't work, the needles nose pliers. You stick it in there and you can work the lock. Then it'll come out. And a lot of times what we do on these commercial fires is no one knows how to force doors. So even though it's a outward swinging door, it comes this way, everyone starts beating it in like this. That's the opposite direction of what we want the door to go. So don't do that, because they don't know what they're doing. So, or they'll just start kicking it, and you don't want to kick a door that outward swings. Yeah. So if you ever do need to kick a door, instead we're gonna do a stutter step.
Okay.
So you'll get a few steps away, and you'll hit it like that. You should never kick it. The only time you'll kick it is if you accidentally forgot your tool or you dropped it. Okay. And I've kicked doors, but I wasn't happy about having to do it. You can roll your ankle really easy. If you watch that movie with Mark Wahlberg from the Boston bombing, he rolls his ankle at the very beginning of the movie, kicking a door in on a raid. And so the whole rest of the movie is limping. So like that really happens. So don't use your body. Don't do this, you might go into the building. So the stutter step is the way to go. And if it's inward swinging, you can also baseball swing it. And then so if we're forcing on this side, let's walk around over here, I'll show you the other side. So these force really easy on this side too. I've done this a lot of times. It's a super sexy move. It's called a baseball swing. So it's gonna work on like a metal frame door. So if there's a wood frame door. If there's wood here, you'll try before you pry. It's locked, house on fire. You spike in there and it sinks it in, and then you force it in there. Or you put your whole body and you crank it the same time. And that's what's cool about the Picket X. There's not a ton of use that I use it for, but if you end up having the Picket X, even though it's not traditionally like a forcing tool like a pry bar, you can plug it in there and then you can do the same thing with the spike. So that's a pretty cool move. And then this is mainly where you'll get in and you can go that way or that way when you're trying to force it. And so that works well. And then this K tool real quick, I'll show you. We have these on other trucks. It's made to put on not like a deadbolt, but like if you see like the tiny circle lock, they're like on Chick-fil-A doors that are glass. You stick it on. Me and Lieutenant Womble's used it one time, and so you sink it on there, and then the Halligan ad fits right in there. So once you sink it on there, then you can pry it off, and it works really well. And then after we got in, we were able to use the key tool, which is included. You got the key tool, you put it in there, you turn it, you can get in the building without breaking the glass or warping the door. And when we were done, we got to screw the lock we pulled off right back on it. So it looked like it was still completely locked, and we like locked it from the inside again, and then we jumped over the garage door sensor when we shut it, and we like saved the studio from their water leak and left them a note. So that's the scoop on that. This is my favorite tool. This is like a 12-in-1, 9-in-1 tool for like paint scraping and stuff.
I've got one of those.
They're at Walmart, Target, Home Depot.
I always wondered what half of them were for, but now I know.
Now you know. But they work really well. You know, it won't go through a deadbolt. But if you have like, if you have like the house, if you're going hour swinging, you have to get in there and like get behind and pull it. But if you're on a residential door and the deadbolt's not locked, you're gonna have to use a credit card to check if the deadbolt's locked. But you just stick it in here, and this is where when you're going inward, your foot is gonna help a lot. You put pressure on the door, you'll lean into it, and you stick it right in there. You just push, and it'll pop the door open. One time we were on a 911 call, and this lady locked herself out while we were checking her out. So then we got to let her back in her house. And then a few other little sexy tricks. If you have like another Chick-fil-A door like we were talking about, you get a flathead screwdriver. So you stick the flathead into the little Chick-fil-A lock, the little circle lock.
Okay.
And then you beat it in with a tool, however. All right, and then you use vice grips, and you bite it wherever you can, and then you take the vice grips and you twist, and you can unscrew the entire lock.
Okay.
And then this is cool if you have like a deadbolt. I'll walk over here real quick. If you have like a deadbolt on the house, so say like we have a deadbolt, you can, or like a storage unit, hockey puck lock, they're very difficult to cut. So you bite the lock with the vice grips. All right, so then hold this. All right, so then you pull pressure for me so the hockey puck or the master lock doesn't move. And then while you got it, I can cut it with the circular saw. So that's one way. And then, all right, you can let go. Or, you know, you can do the traditional bolt cutters. But if you're running around the building and you're doing your size up and you brought a Halligan, and just say maybe you brought a little hammer too, or you have the irons, you put your spike into the master lock and you put it through that little U, beat it, and then this is tapered off. So this will go through the U and force it open. It works a lot better because this is like a very specific tool bringing this big thing on a fire scene. Yeah. You bring a Halligan and the irons, you can do a lot. You can pull ceiling, you can break locks, you can force doors. So It just does a lot more.